Fever TV North. What's happening, Clyde?
Man, I got nothing. I'm just looking. It looks like everything's working.
Isn't that something?
That's unusual.
It is.
So that's good.
I know when you're not here, I have a horrible time trying to figure out what they've changed on Vimeo.
I know. They just asked they wanted to give them a rating of how we like it so far.
Did you say confusing?
I put a -4.
Okay. For anybody that's sitting home, what we do is we stream live and we use a system called Vimeo. And with Vimeo, we can send out to 3 different locations. So we send one out to Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. Now, I will tell you that if we sometimes go on Facebook and YouTube, we get in a little trouble because sometimes we do things that are copyright restricted, even though some of them we have permission to use. But Vimeo, they could care less, whatever we put on. So if you want to see something, figure out Vimeo, go up there, put our name in, and you can catch us and nothing will be blipped out. So, today is Wednesday. We had a great dinner tonight. We had
we did. We're going to see in a few minutes on our next commercial.
Are we? We had pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
And we had a calzone. So we're a little stuck.
Calzone this time.
Yeah. Folks, when we order a calzone at Cucinalla's Pizzeria, the first time I ordered one on the phone, I just said I wanted a calzone, and they gave us cheese.
Yeah,
now, when we eat in the restaurant, we always tell them we want, what kind of meat and stuff, but stupid me, I just said calzone, and we got a cheese one.
Not as good. You got to get it loaded.
You want to get it with pepperoni, sausage, meatballs, onions.
Italian sausage.
Italian sausage and onions. And that is the best. That is the absolute best. So tonight, I ordered a meat calzone, and we got ham. I don't know what else. Did we get pepperoni?
I don't know what was in there. Definitely some ham.
A lot of ham.
Might have been ham and cheese calzone.
It might have been. It was good. But it wasn't
as good
as our fully meat one.
Full one with the onions and everything in there. Oh, man, that was.
So if you ever go in and you order a pizza from, not a pizza, but a calzone from Cucinalla's Pizzeria here in Blue Ridge, Georgia, make sure that you get the one that's got the full meat. Tell them exactly the meat that you want, or ask them what they have for spreads.
One that, tell me one of Paul's calzone, the one that the owner likes.
Yeah. So that's how we got to figure out which one we like the best. Well, we've been off the air for a few weeks, and I'm going to say, you're going to see us hit and miss for a while. We're waiting for the weather to get really good so that we can go out and do some filming. I found a new motorcycle shop that was on Highway 129 or 128. When you go out of Blairsville going to, what's the park that's out there? The state park.
Wiener.
No, it ain't Wiener. Anyhow. Why do we go brain dead? Anyhow.
Wong's Park.
We'll figure it out. But there's a state park if you should head straight out. And before you get to the state park, you will see on your right-hand side a big, brand new, they've been open 1 month motorcycle shop. And I'm going to screw this up, and I want to say it's 129 Motorcycles. Or Highway 129 Motorcycles.
Okay, this is that same, this came up with Vogel, but that's not it.
Vogel State Park!
Vogel State Park?
That's it, yes.
Okay.
So put in Vogel State Park, and as you're going out to Vogel State Park, you will see the new motorcycle place.
Okay.
And yesterday, what, today, Tuesday? No, Monday, when I was working at the golf course, 3 motorcycles, crotch rockets pulled up and went in to eat. So I went over when they came out to see them. They were from Montreal, Canada.
Wow.
And they said, first of all, when they ride on their weekend rides, they always come out of Canada and ride the U.S. because the roads in Canada are so bad they don't want to ride on them. They said they don't keep them
That's
up.
what I hear about the roads in Alaska. Everybody told me, don't go to RV.
Yeah,
They just beat it to death.
Yep, well,
All right.
so that's what these guys do. They get up early on a Saturday morning. They come across the border, ride all day long. They'll either stay on the state side for the night, ride Sunday, and then go back. But they came here. They're going to be here till Saturday. So I talked to them. I told them a couple places to go. And the one guy, and they were big guys with all the armor on them and everything. It had to be hot as could be, but really nice guys. And so the guy tells me, yeah, when we come here, we put new tires on our bikes, and by the time we go home, we need new tires again.
Wow.
I mean, these are the guys that got to be, hauling.
You think they're going to go all the way down to Florida or something, or?
No, they're just staying up here and riding. They're riding Blood Mountain. They're doing the Tail of the Dragon. They're just, they said, you have some of the most beautiful roads here.
I saw a video of these guys riding the Tail of the Dragon on their crotch rockets.
Yeah. Oh, they're crazy.
Crazy. They were coming around the curve so hard, they're missing cars
Coming the other way, yeah.
that are on the other side. I mean, they're just barely missing, and they're laughing. Oh,
Yeah.
he's going to get killed.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when you do this stuff, especially here in the mountains, if you're not a super good rider, take your time and enjoy the ride.
Someone comes off that road every weekend.
Yes.
At least one, and sometimes even more. Every weekend, somebody's coming off that road.
Yep.
And you know how many white crosses we see when we go to
Yes.
town. They'll
Yes.
come around a little curve in the mountain. There'll be a little white cross on the side of the road. You know what that's for.
Well, for the longest time, there weren't big trucks weren't allowed on it. But after the hurricane came through, now they had to go through there. And I'll tell you what, I've seen the big trucks flip over.
Yeah, they can't
make the turns.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, these guys are in from Montreal. They're having a great time.
Well, that's good.
So that's a fun one.
You imagine how hot they'd be with all that gear on if they're from Canada, used to it nice and cool. They go down to Florida.
Yeah. They had the big boots on.
Yeah.
They had the full pads with the knee pads and the hip pads on them. Their jackets had the slip on the back, so if you fall on your back, it protects you. I mean, they were loaded to, and they were happy as heck. Oh, look, we're having a great time.
Yeah, in America, they're away from the old ladies, man. They're happy.
That's right. Yeah, we won't say too much.
Oh, I do have a question. Remember the motorcycle shop that was in Blairsville, and it moved? I saw them open, but it was just still downtown Blairsville, but on a street over by the grocery store. Where that grocery store is?
Yeah.
Just down a little bit from there?
I stopped in
That's
there.
not them? It's a
No.
totally different group?
Oh, no. The guys that just opened up, they have two other shops. One in Tennessee, I think they said, and one would be down by Savannah.
Okay.
And they got Moto Guzzi, and they got all the crotch rockets and that. They don't. I was talking to the girl Vanessa that takes care of it as far as the media and stuff, and she told me that, well, we don't sell Harleys. And I said, hey, this is a great place for you to set up and start doing rides out of. So I told her that if nothing else, you and I or just myself will go down there and film it. But it's in the old place where they used to have Granddaddy Mims's distillery, the very old place.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Well, that was the one that Bill and I did that had all the memorabilia up on the wall and all that. Well, they still got one little corner that's got the bar in it with some memorabilia on it, but the whole thing now is just loaded with bikes. So, yeah, and they were super nice people. I mean, I said, how long have you been open? What happened is we were going to Helen, and when I went by it, I went, wow, look at all those motorcycles. So on the way back, I said, I'm just going to stop by and see what this is. So they've been open 1 month, and they have a load. It's big, and they got a load of bikes. So that's a pretty nice place to go to. So.
Did you see that new, I think it's new shop that Rewaco was at, Webb did a little thing on Facebook, and they're in, I don't know if it's Ohio, I'm not sure, but.
You sure is that the one that they went down with, him and Manfred went to? And they did like a weekend thing with them?
They're doing a demo rides.
Yeah, it's one of the, it's not, I don't think it's a new shop. I think it's
I have to look it up.
I think it's one of their shops that does quite well. And I think they went up there for that.
They just got it after we were gone.
Okay, well then I'm not sure which one it is.
Pretty
But you know where they're going next, don't you?
Yeah, American. That's what I was going to tell you. As soon as they finish this demo thing, I'm going to find out.
Okay.
But then they're going to American.
Yeah, without us.
With those.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I want to go show up and just make them give us demo rides
All day long.
I want to go again. Oh
Well,
my God.
Well, we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah. Okay.
are you ready?
Yeah. What do we got here?
All right. The first one, I was just learning how to use my Insta360 camera.
Okay.
So this is one of the things that we'll be using more and more on the road. But this was my first test, and hopefully people like it. It was fun, and it took me quite a while. The problem with the Insta360 is it takes up so much memory that when you do it, first you got to do it in 360 because you want to make all the moves where you got front, back, and all around you.
Right.
But then you have to move it over to the one that we use to do the editing. And so you're doing like 3 steps, but it's so big, then you got to cut it down and stuff. But it works well. I love it. If you're ready, we'll give it a
Amazing
shot.
technology, but like I said, it eats up.
Yeah.
Eats up your space.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay. You want to turn our sound down? That you didn't turn up?
I will.
Okay.
Maybe. Send it.
Go. Well, I got a new camera, so I thought I'd give it a test. This is the Insta360 X3 camera. So supposedly, if you do this right, you can get a 360 view of what's going on. So this is me the very first time testing it. And of course, I'm walking up my road here. And then of course, I tried a little, fancy stuff. And I got to tell you, I'm just learning this. So it's going to be a shaky start. Really, I'm looking forward to using it on our bikes and our trikes, and so that people can kind of see what they look like. So I'm just kind of warming up here, and this is the road and a pathway back up through the woods in my neighborhood. And again, I'm not sure how to use it, so I keep trying, and we'll see how things go. I found out after that I shouldn't have it just directly over my head. More, I should have the camera laying down kind of in front of me like that, and being able to get the area around me. And then as I'm playing with it, that's me still walking, and I'm using the 360 as I'm spinning around. And of course, you got to learn not to shoot in the sun, Hank, because it kind of darkens things a little bit. But this is me, and I am walking through the woods. This is just out by my house, like I said before. We're in Morganton, Georgia, but people know us better for being in Blue Ridge, Georgia, which is a beautiful little town. If you're ever in the Georgia area, we're about 100 and I'm not even sure, maybe 100 miles from Atlanta, about an hour and 25 minutes. Oh, this is me in my golf swing. Watch this. I swung, and now I'm taking the thing. And of course, if I was a little better editor, you wouldn't see my arm there. But again, this is test one, the very first time. And the ball just landed in the bushes. That's about where I hit them when I play golf anyhow. Now I sped it up a little bit. And this is me, this is the road going to my house. I got one of the few roads when you get back up in the mountains that's actually paved, and it's one of the reasons we moved here. But you ought to see this in the winter when it is winter, but when it snows, it is really gorgeous with the snow and the trees and stuff. But I am walking down, that's my house over there. And of course, when we get into the sunlight, the camera works a little bit better. In the shade in the dark, you got to kind of lighten it up a little bit and work on it in post. But it's my driveway. It's an interesting story on my driveway. While our house was being built, we had a motorhome, and we lived in the motorhome. It wasn't a brand new one, but it did the job. And then when time came, this was all clay, and the very first time I came down the driveway from the other side, I thought I was going to hit the house. So I made a deal. I made a deal with the guy that does the concrete, and I asked him if he did any bartering, and he said, for what? And I said, I got a motorhome I'd like to get rid of. And He said, I'll tell you what, I'll do your driveway, you give me your motorhome, and that's how I got a concrete driveway. And thank God I do. Because if I didn't have that, I don't know what I'd do with all the stones and the rain that we get up here in Georgia. Anyhow, I'm still playing with it. I'm trying to figure this out. I think I got it to the side right now, the way my hand looks. I got it sideways, and there's our cars, and my black one just went in to get a new not a head gasket, but a valve cover gasket, and hopefully I'll get that tomorrow. There's my front door, and there we are. We are home. All right, folks, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, that wasn't too bad. That was a lot of fun. Doing it on the motorcycle, I've had to experiment quite a bit because the first pole I got, every time I would go and I'd stick it, like 2 or 3 feet up, it would slowly start coming back down. It wouldn't hold. So I had to get a different one. The different one, yeah, I was just like, what the heck? But anyhow, it's a lot of fun. It's good. I've got one camera that just shoots straight either out or back at me, and then that one there. But I got to tell you, we got some beautiful roads up here. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to start. I got a book upstairs, and it's got interesting places to go. Now, once you can get settled, maybe you and I go to some interesting places and see what's going on.
I need a motor pickle.
You're right. Well, you need a trike because I know how much you want one, and we got to figure out how the heck can we win the lottery? Because
Lotto, or I got to sell this house for a good price.
did you see someone won last night?
No.
$725,000 in Fantasy 5.
Fantasy 5, that Fantasy 5, I guess people are buying in like crazy. That thing really shoots up pretty quick now.
Yes, it is. I bought a couple extra tickets when you were, it was your name. I bought 5 of them because I got a tip at work. So I said, hey, what the heck? So I bought 5 of them. Not one number.
Well, remind me, I got to buy some tonight. So when we go back upstairs,
right.
remind me to get
I'll remind you.
We haven't done anything today.
Talking about what we ate, why don't we throw a commercial on?
Yeah, when this commercial, is this the one where it shows that pizza?
I think it is.
I think this is a giant pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
That's what we had tonight.
Yeah. And we still got a couple pieces left.
We do, yeah, we can't eat all that.
Well, we'll eat it tonight and have a beer.
Yeah. You have a beer?
Did you say I had a beer tonight?
I saw that.
I mean,
you got to save yourself for the brownies.
oh, don't worry.
That won't be a problem?
No.
Okay.
No, I ain't got vanilla ice cream for him.
That's awesome. Okay, you ready?
You ready? Go.
Welcome to Cucinalla's Pizzeria. We not only do pizza, you should see everything that we have on the menu. You know what? You can get a great salad here. We can also do calzones. My buddy, he loves the lasagna. And guess what? We got the best garlic knots in town. And you know what else I have? Brownies. Stop in, see us. Oh, and you can come in and buy by the slice. The slice is $3. It's ready to go. We open at 11. Come on in.
Well, I stopped in, decided I'd have a bite to eat today at Cucinalla's, and look what they got. Margarita salad. I got to tell you, it was outstanding. And to go along with 1 slice of pepperoni pizza. You can't beat it. And guess what? They also have a new menu. Listen to this menu. Pecan chicken sandwich. Homemade pecan chicken salad and provolone cheese. Homemade Italian meatball sandwich. Can't beat that. A meatball rigatoni pasta. And best of all, a lunch special for $10, a sandwich and your choice of a fountain drink. Folks, you can't beat that. When you're in town in Blue Ridge, stop in at Cucinalla's Pizzeria for lunch. I gotta tell you, what we had tonight was great. Every time I see this thing, you know what I like is the margarita salad.
Yeah.
And I'm not a salad guy.
Linda likes their salad.
And I'm not a salad guy, but I do like their salad. So.
Well, I like their, if I'm going to do the lasagna there, a little Caesar salad with the lasagna.
Yeah, and your garlic knots.
That's a good. You can only, there's so much you can only eat a couple of garlic knots because you eat lasagna, salad, and garlic, a couple of garlic knots, and you're toast.
Somewhere in that computer above you, I have got that one that we, when we shot and they did the specialty pizza and stuff. I still haven't edited that one. I guess.
You'll get to it someday.
You got to be in the mood to edit. You know what I mean? If you sit down and you're not in the mood, it's like, what a chore this is. But if you're in the mood, everything kind of goes.
You've only got, I figure you're going to live to about 102, so I got like 19, 20 more years to get this done.
If I live to 102, that means you got to be, how far are you behind me?
I'm not going to make it that far.
No, but how far are you behind me? How many years?
10 years.
So you'll be 92. That's fair. I just hope you can carry my casket. Damn guy's ashes and he's still heavy.
I'll be trying to drag it across the lawn. Damn it.
Oh, God.
He really ate a lot of pizza before he died.
Talking about the Rewaco trikes, which you and I both say are the best trikes on the market.
They're fun.
They are. The only downsides that I see with the Rewaco trike is the size. I mean, for us, they're great. But for a dealer, it takes up a lot of space because they're 12 and a half feet long and 6.5 feet wide.
Even for us, you got to have a single garage space.
Yes. Yeah.
You really want to keep this inside.
Yeah.
I don't think Rewacos do well in the weather.
Well, supposedly they got a nice cover for them, but everybody when I say we know, everybody that buys them, if you go up on their website with the Rewaco Riders Group, they're all in the garage, and they're all, well, I can't say older than me, but they're all older than you that buy these, and they love them. They go, that one guy, Don Parks, I mean, he gets on those things, and he
goes forever.
Yeah, he goes.
And not just once a month or anything.
No.
Every day, man, every weekend, he's gone somewhere.
So I'm going to have to see what I can talk to Manfred about, what they might have left over, and maybe we can swing something.
I really want one with that built-in.
Oh, you want the whole front fairing and yeah. You want the new one? I'll take anything.
Yeah.
You know me. I'll throw my motorcycle behind it.
I may not have a choice. If the house doesn't sell and we don't win the lotto, then beggars can't be choosy.
Yeah. We'll do a deal with them. We'll take them around and go to dealers around here to try to sell them.
I'd be glad to do that.
Yeah, so would I. Which
I'd even take an Explorer.
Oh, you'd be wild on an Explorer. That's the smaller one. It's the faster one. It's like the Corvette of the outfit.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, talking about that, this is how you got started in it. I called you one day and I said, do you and Travis want to go to Atlanta? I've got some people that are bringing some Rewacos in, and they want to talk to me, and, from here, I want to see if you guys want to go, and you went, yeah, what the heck, we got to do.
What's a Rewaco?
Right. Now, and we'll talk a little more about it after we show it, but if you're ready, this was when that we went to, what part of Marietta?
Was this Marietta?
Yeah.
The Indian dealer in Marietta? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got it.
Well, here we are at Indian Motorcycles in Marietta, Georgia. This was about an hour and 20 minutes from our house, and what we did is I picked up Travis and Clyde, and I said, come on, we got a chance to go do a demo ride on a Rewaco trike, so let's go give it a try. And there's Manfred sitting over there, and oh look, there's Travis talking about the machine we really don't know too much about yet, but we like what it looks like. And this is the very first time that I have met Flo. And Flo, he's like I guess you would say the GM for Rewaco. I'm not positive on that, but at that point, I was just glad to meet him. I talked to him on the phone a few times, and I actually thought he was older than what he is, but super nice guy. Here's what our trikes look like. And I got to tell you, I really like them. They got the look to them like they're all custom built, each one of them. But in that I regress. And then, now here's Flo, and he said, I'm going to show you how things work. And I said, that's great. So, and I love that color. That is one great color. If I had my choice, I think I'd get something in just that same color. Stick out and everybody can see you. So here I am sitting down. I got to tell you, it's really neat when you can sit down and not have to put your feet down and you're almost ready to ride. There's Flo telling me where the brake is. This is all automatic, 7-speed automatic with a reverse camera. And he's just going over the whole thing telling me, you know what, it's pretty wide, so make sure you make your wide turns. So after a few instructions by Flo, we're getting ready to take her out for a demo ride. As you can see, I've got my camera on my helmet, but of all things, the footage did not come out, which is kind of unusual. I don't understand it, but hey, that's life. So here we go, getting ready to go on our demo ride. And Flo wants to make sure that we know everything, and I gotta tell you, going for a demo ride in Atlanta is really an experience because it's packed with all the cars and everything, but we did it anyhow. So here we go. All right, we're getting ready to go on our adventure. We're backing up the Rewaco trike. I gotta tell you, the first couple times you get on it, it's big. But I gotta say, I've never been on a safer trike in my life, and I've tried most of them. But here we go. Now, we're getting ready to leave, and I got to tell you, the traffic out there is going to be a little heavy, and so Flo's telling us basically kind of follow me around, and you're last in line, which I really liked because I didn't mind being last in line, but if I lost those guys, I had no idea where I was. But here we are getting ready. That's a 6-lane highway there, and it's just, when you come from Blue Ridge, Georgia, and you might see about 5 cars at the most at the traffic light on most days, this was kind of a new experience riding around in Atlanta. But there we go, and off for the ride. Well, it was an interesting demo ride. Some of those places we went by, I just held my breath and prayed that I got through the traffic. And here we are coming back, and as you can see, we had to wait a while for the traffic to kind of clear out. And then when you got your shot, you stepped on it and you pulled in. I got to tell you, it was a great ride. I loved the turbo on that thing, and I loved that color. And by the way, if you get to go for a test ride and you're going along and you hear a beep when you put your turn signal on and keep going, that's what the sound is to warn you to turn your turn signal off. I thought I broke something the first time. But there it is, our ride, Rewaco demo. What a ride. Rewaco USA is looking for dealers. If you're interested, contact Hank at RewacoUSA.com or call 407-929-1713 and leave a message.
Those were some fun times, weren't they?
Oh man, that was crazy.
I remember you guys going down and we were talking, and you didn't know what you were going to get into.
I had no idea.
On the way back, because all I heard was, "Yep, we're doing it. Yeah." And so we put a team together, and we traveled from basically here. Well, if you really want to go all the way down to the home office in Fort Myers,
You did.
all the way up. You went all the way up to
We went to
Maine.
Daytona Beach. Remember, we went to that place?
Yeah.
Shop in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, and then we went into Orlando, and then the one that really ticked me off was the one in St. Augustine, though.
Yeah.
He was all set to buy. He's saying, "Yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that," and then we got bounced all over.
We had 2 or 3 of them like that.
Yeah.
Travis and I had one, and
The father-son one that you guys went to, and I went with you.
well, there's another one up. I can't remember the owner. Everything was great, and we thought, okay, this is cool. And we just showed up, hanging out with the bikes and everything. And then the owner came out.
Yeah, I started
Said,
screaming.
whoa, we're not trying to sell you anything. We're hoping you could probably sell these bikes and make some money.
Did you remember when we went to the Harley shop in Tennessee? We had just left, I think it was in Tennessee, and we went to this big Harley shop, and we were sitting out in the parking lot, and I went in to see if the manager was there.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "This guy's out there trying to sell toys out in the parking lot."
I do remember that.
The guy comes running out the holler and I go, "We're not trying to sell them. We're trying to see if you guys would be interested." And then they took them out for a test ride, and they loved them, but but Harley would not let them take it. We ended up getting one Harley dealership.
That's the deal. Once we got their butts in the seat of those Rewacos,
Yes.
it was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yep.
And then they get it, and they come back, they got that big old smile on their face.
Do you remember the guy that was he was the state tester for people taking the motorcycle test? And
Yeah, I remember that.
And the manager says to us, do you mind if he takes it out? I go, no. He goes, I'm going to tell you right now. He's going to see it's a trike.
He's gonna hate it. He hates trikes.
He hates it.
Blah, 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 blah.
He was gone for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
When he came back, he went, I had it up to about 100 and something on the turnpike. I went, oh, God, don't tell us this.
Yeah.
He said, this thing is great.
Oh, remember, he said, yeah, I got it up to over 100 or whatever it was, and I wanted to started shaking the handlebars to see if it was a problem or anything. This thing was steady as a rock, man. This is awesome.
Yeah. And then, of all things, the police had a parade or something going by. There was a bicycle thing.
Yeah.
And all these police came by and I thought, oh shit, they're coming after him. But he knew them all anyhow. But what's the same thing when we went up to the Harley dealership in Hartport, New York?
Yeah.
Remember we went up there and the lady said, first of all, I didn't know who the owner was, so I'm talking and this lady turns around. I said, is there any chance I can talk to the manager or the owner? And she goes, you're looking at her. Or you're looking at her, she said. So I said,
Yeah, she was in the Harley clothing.
yeah,
apparel.
hanging up
So
the
we just thought
clothes.
she was the sales lady.
Yeah. So then she says, well, can you wait around till my son comes back? I said, sure. Remember they went out? He drove out with her in the back, and she drove back about 20 minutes later with him in the back, and they said, we like it. And they took him. And, and that's when we were going up to Lake George.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a good one. We had some fun, though.
That was fun.
But,
We saw some crazy stuff.
Oh, and we got to some, I mean, towing that trailer around. When you were in Texas, what was it, 140 degrees in the thing?
Yeah, it was 120 to 130 degrees in that trailer at all times.
The temperature gauge melted.
Yes.
It fell off the thing.
Yeah, the glass piece in the thermometer melted. The little, I guess the glue holding it in melted. They just dropped out. Then okay, it's hot.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
But, I still got to say this story. The best one I remember is Nashville.
No, man, I don't know. That's a bad story.
Come on.
Next, what do we got next?
Come on. I'm going to do this real quick because Clyde doesn't want me to, so I'm going to do it anyhow. We go to Nashville. Of all things, it's NASCAR weekend. We can't find a place to stay. We went to about, 15 hotels, motels.
Oh, everyone
Was full. We finally find one that's got 2 rooms left. And it's in the middle of like an industrial spot. So anyhow, we go, I'll take them. Well, we could have taken the one room because it was a suite. We could have both stayed in there. Refrigerator, bedroom, another pull-out.
Yeah, we didn't know.
So anyhow, we end up with 2 rooms. And Clyde says, let's take the trikes out and ride around Nashville at night.
I wanted to go downtown Nashville.
And it was
What's
great.
happening place down there? It's crazy.
We went there, and we're, people are looking at us, we're waving to people on it. So we stopped for something. I don't even know what we stopped for, but we stopped in front of the Hilton Hotel. And we stopped, and we were talking maybe where we wanted to go next or something. This guy comes up to you and starts talking to you. And he was from Australia.
Hands me his card.
Yeah, hands you the card, and he says something to the effect of, are you guys renting these out, or do you take people around? And we said, no, what we do is we're looking for dealers. So you go, oh, let me give you a brochure. So you open up the trunk, and now you can't see what you're looking for, so somehow you had a light on your phone. So you put the light on your phone, you get the brochure, you hand the guy the brochure, thank God the bike is still running. You close the trunk, and then you get this, you were just totally white. I went, what's wrong?
We're screwed.
I go, my keys for the trike, my
phone.
wallet, and my phone, and your phone had the address to the hotel.
Yep.
So here we go, what the heck are we gonna do? I said, well, I think I know where the hotel is. So we get on the highway. What the heck was it even a hotel? Hampton Inn. They only had 4 Hampton Inns, so we had 4 chances to find it.
All the way out that freeway.
We went the wrong way. And I kind of understand, I'm like, it's dark here. I can't understand it. You pull up next to me and go, you don't have your lights on. That was after 10 minutes on the thruway.
On the freeway, yeah.
So now we pull over and find out we're at the wrong hotel. So I thought, well, I got one other idea. So I call up the next Hampton Inn on our list. I go, you got a Hank Knapp there? And they go, yeah. Oh, good. They go, what do you want? I go, this is Hank Knapp.
Where are you?
We wanted to know which hotel we were in. So then we made it back, and then we always carried the spare keys in the truck, and that was a lifesaver.
I had to drive that. I drove it with my hand way over the right side of the throttle.
So you wouldn't hit the kill switch?
Would not get anywhere near the cutoff switch, man. I was freaking out.
Now the best part to all of this is at that point you didn't have your bike license.
No, we didn't have shit.
No, but I told you, just fake it. And then you guys went and got it, and you didn't have a problem thereafter.
No.
So, but anyhow, that was that. Are you ready for the commercial? I talk too much.
I'm ready. You are.
You got it.
Hey there, welcome to Cuccinella's Pizzeria. My name is Kenna. How can I help you today?
My first time here is...
Oh, well, welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Oh, well, can you tell me a little bit about what you have?
Absolutely, I would love to. First of all, we are a New York Italian style pizzeria, and we do make all of our meats from scratch. Our dough is house-made using Grandma Margarita's original recipe. We have 2 different sizes for your pizzas and calzones, 12 or 18 inches. We have a full menu, and you can customize those any way you'd like. We can also do half and half on those. But additionally, if you have any requests or requirements for allergies, such as gluten-free or vegan, we also are happy to cater to those needs.
Do you have like a lunch special?
We do. We have a lunch special daily that we run from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and it's 2 slices and a drink, or a slice of salad and a drink. For your slices daily, we make a pepperoni pie, a cheese pie, and then a different specialty that we run every day. So on your lunch specialties, the prices are $3.50 per slice, or you can do 2 slices and a drink for $10, or a slice, a salad, and a drink for $12.50. Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., and we do take orders all the way up until 8 o'clock. For your seating preferences, we do offer indoor and outdoor seating. If you do have a doggo that you would like to bring with you, the outdoor seating is pet friendly, so that is a huge bonus that a lot of our customers really enjoy. For those of you that just love a great salad for lunch or dinner, we have 3 different options on the menu for the salads. We do a Caesar, a house Italian, or a margarita, or you can additionally build your own salad from the wonderful fresh choices that we have over here. 2 different options of your greens, including romaine and spinach. We have several different choices for your vegetables, as well as house-cut fresh chicken and chicken salad that we make fresh in-house as well.
There we are. I tell you what.
I couldn't get my fingers coordinated good. Wow, Ward 1.
Talking about fingers, my finger. Look at this.
Look at that.
Done locked. This one here ain't the trigger finger. I played golf yesterday.
Okay.
And
How'd it feel?
right here is a little sore still, but I didn't have, I mean, I didn't play well, but then today.
But it wouldn't come to your finger.
That's correct. It wasn't because of my finger.
It's normal. Just normal stuff.
Yeah, today my wife, well, first of all, I get a call this morning, or I get a text saying, are you up? I go, yeah. So the guy that's working with me calls me up and he goes, I found a little white purse in the golf cart. I went, and I looked at Linda, she went, oh no, I left my purse in the golf cart. Which was all her money, they had her...
What was Linda doing in the golf cart?
She went with me yesterday, just right around the course. Yeah, and she was putting. But anyhow, so I told the guy, I said, I'll be over there. And she goes, oh man. And she does. She came back from the trip to New York. She couldn't find the key. Did you ever find those? Yeah. What she did is that little purse that she's talking about, which she had all her stuff in. Yeah. Well, she takes it in the bedroom closet. And she's taking stuff out, so she takes the keys and that ladder that we stop on to do the lights. It's got that little tray there for your tools and stuff. Okay. She put it in there, and then she puts her jeans on top of that. 2 days, I mean, we're searching all over. And I know she couldn't have lost it because the damn things are so heavy, if they fell on the ground, you'd hear
You're
them.
gonna hear it, yeah.
So now I just got done talking to a guy that said, I can do the thing, but you got to order the key fob, and then I can do it. And I said, okay. I said, well, let me figure this out. My phone rings. I found the keys.
That's
Where
good.
did you find them? Oh, they're in that little ladder. So I said, well, it saved me about $300, so I was happy.
It's gonna be $300 for a key fob?
The key fob was $52, but by the time you get the guy to come in and do all the program it and stuff, it was $300.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, so-
That's not like the old days.
No.
A key made for $1.
Yeah, put it in there, yeah.
That's nuts.
But anyhow, I got the call this morning, and I went there this morning, picked it up. So I thought, well, you know what? I think I'll try hitting on the driving range today. So I went over, and when you hit, you're supposed to interlock these like this when you grab the thing. Well, I was hitting off a mat, and I hit behind the ball, and that hurt.
Yeah.
So now I'm back to a baseball grip.
Yeah.
So it didn't hurt as much. But I hit everything good with my 5 iron. My 5 iron sucked. So,
Pretty cool.
yeah. All right. Well, this last one we're going to do, this guy puts this ride on every year, and he takes us to a little place in Florida. It's on the West Coast, and they do sponge diving. So it's a Greek location. As far as like the city is kind of mostly all Greek people that are there because of the sponges. So if you're ready, we will do the Greek ride
Ready.
now.
Hey everyone, this is Mark Hall with Cycle Fever TV. Today we're taking a ride with Rick the Greek. He is one of the founding members of the Scenic Ride program. These guys have got a great deal going. You meet up here at Panera Bread. And oh, this was a great ride, by the way, because it was one of the first times we had everybody with the Cycle Fever TV crew from the Ace Cafe with us. We got Crazy John, Hank, and Sean Knapp. Everybody's here. And this guy knows where to go. He knows all the back roads. He knows all the scenic rides. Today he's taking us over to Tarpon Springs, Florida. So we get here to Tarpon Springs. For those that don't know, Tarpon Springs is over in Pinellas County. It's one of the largest places for sponge diving. They collect sponges from the ocean. So most of you guys that are doing faux painting with these natural sea sponges, that's where most of it came from. So I'm going to be quiet for a little while. You guys enjoy the view from the drone shots. So we stopped here in downtown Tarpon Springs. This is a Greek community, one of the largest Greek communities in the United States, and we had some of the best food I've ever had in a long time. So there's Rick there. On the way out, when we're getting ready to leave, we decided to split up. Me and Angel left the group. This is us saying goodbye to everybody. They took a ride through I-4. They wanted to go the faster way because they thought it was going to rain. Me and Angel decided we were going to take a ride through the green swamp. So on the way, we stop here. This is the Skyway Bridge over in Tampa. We're looking around. Let's take a ride along the bridge for a few minutes. Okay, we're headed over the Skyway Bridge in Tampa. From there, we're going to head through the Green Swamp and head on back over to Orlando, Florida. Check these guys out, man. These guys look like they're having a blast on these jet skis. There must have been 100 guys out there that day, everywhere, all along the This is the Gulf of Mexico is where we're at. Yep, here is the Green Swamp. We rode through there. We hit a little bit of rain. There's Angel. And then you know you're back home when you get to the Ace Cafe. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, Cycle Fever TV live at the Ace Cafe every Thursday night. See you guys there.
That was a lot of fun. Now, they went one way because they thought they were going to miss the rain. And John and I were on the trikes, and Sean was on his bike. So now we're taking I-4 back to Orlando. Well, it starts to pour. And when I say pour, we were still in Tampa when it started to pour. I turn around and they go, let's pull underneath the bridge. And I go, no, I'm going straight home.
Yeah, might as well just keep going. We're already.
I'm going along. The only bad part was that when the water, filled up on the road, every time a truck would pass me, I'd get, sprayed with that. But they stayed under the bridge, all right? So now I pull into a gas station, and I'm getting gas, and as I'm pouring gas, and it's storming, it's raining like heck. I'm going to tell you, a lightning bolt had to come in within a mile of where I was. I mean, it was like boom, boom. The place shook. Now, I had to put gas in because I was running out, so I loaded it up with as much gas as I can, and I put the thing up, close it, and go home. I mean, and now I'm dodging lightning.
Yes, everything. Going off the road.
Oh, but I'm soaked. I might as well go straight home. So I got home. I opened up I had a place I used to store my boats. So I opened that up, and I pulled the trike in and closed it. I walk in, just in the garage, took all my clothes off, soaking wet. About an hour later, I get a call from Sean. He goes, did you make it home? I go, yeah, why? Oh my God, we finally had to leave from underneath that bridge. We got soaked. Crazy John shows a picture of him laying beside the truck in his garage. Just laying there like he's dead. But, I mean, the things, they work great in the rain. The bad thing is you get wet, but, traction and everything was great.
But at least, on a motorcycle, you lose a little traction, man. You could go for a bad ride. Yeah, if you hit an oil spot on your bike in the rain, you could have the, what I call the pucker factor. Yeah. You're going to start, not on the trike, man. That thing just... I mean, you could...
Well, you probably can. No, I have seen people spin. Yeah, I've seen people come and hit the wheel and spin it. But for the most part, you're in pretty good shape.
If you act right, you're probably going to be just fine.
Yeah, except for me and you don't act right, so that's...
Yeah, well, it's pretty stable.
Yeah. So anyhow,
I act pretty right. It's Travis that you got to worry about. He drives too fast because we're going to go fast around the curves.
Oh yeah. Well, we ran up in Lake George and. Well, oh, geez, I still remember the guy I think he was from Toronto. I know he's from Canada, but I want to say he was from Toronto. And remember he got there before the show started? And so he says to me, he goes, any chance that I could take it for a test ride? And I said, we're not open till tomorrow. He said, but I'm going home tomorrow. So I said to him, I'll tell you what.
Meet us at the hotel.
I said, meet me outside the gate. Yeah, I said, meet me outside the gate. And you guys were still setting up. And I go outside the gate, and I said, just get on the back, and I'll take you for a ride until I can get out of sight. So I took him out of sight. I said, take it. Holy God. This guy was flying around them corners. I'm sitting in the back going, it's supposed to be a demo ride. Slow down.
I know. What the hell are they thinking?
Yeah, and then do you remember the guy that pulled up the day we pulled into the campground? And the guy pulled in with his gold wing?
Yeah.
And he said, what's this? And we told him. And then he says, well, I just bought my wife a brand new gold wing trike and she doesn't like it.
I paid a lot of money.
$55,000.
The trike and then get a, we call it where they add the back part on and everything.
Trunk?
No, they have to add the two wheels on the back. You buy the
oh, yeah, right. They had to have it converted. Yeah.
Converted, yeah. Then you got to have it converted. I
think it was between $55,000 and $60,000 because the guy that was from Canada, he had a gold wing. I think it was a gold wing and he paid $65 in Canada. But anyhow, the guy calls his wife up, and remember, she comes down and takes him for a ride. And then she comes back. I'll never forget what the guy said to me. He goes, "You SOB." I go, "Why?" He goes, "My wife didn't like the Honda trike, and now she wants to know if I can get this. Will you take the trike in trade?" And I went,
You gotta talk to Manfred about that, yeah.
You know, I said, "You're not going to get the money you paid for that trike."
Yeah, you're losing all the way around, buddy.
So anyhow, but we had it used to be, we had like 20-minute rides, and we had to cut them down. We had so many people, we cut them down to 10-minute rides.
Yeah.
I mean, people were just, "What is this? Can we take it out?" This and that. So yeah, trike. I got to say, the Rewaco trike. If I had, my druthers and I wanted a trike, that would be it. And it would be.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but I would find somebody that would find the CPU and go through it and make it unlimited speed. But that's me. You would just leave it that way. Probably. Right.
I just enjoyed riding it, really.
Oh, yeah. Every time you pull up to a light, somebody would go, "Did you make that?"
And it was fast enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Floor,
Now that one, yeah.
20% faster.
Well, when
And that thing would go.
when the supercharger kicked in, you would hear it go.
That thing was
Right.
yeah.
So,
All right.
we got to get upstairs. We got some people up there waiting to sign the contract. So,
Good. Who's signing the contract?
me and Vicky are signing one against you and Linda.
Oh, crap. That's not good.
So, if you're ready,
Oh, we gotta do,
an ending.
yeah. No.
Well,
My shout out is my dog Ruby, my airborne, never mind. My airborne brothers and sisters. Your shout out is to,
Well, first of all, my shout out is I'm going to give one to Vicky.
Yeah, okay.
She gave me a rolling machine. I fell off it yesterday.